Good morning, everybody. This is Pastor Bonnie. We are going to be working on part 2 of our pretty little Christmas tree with the stencils. You can see it's all nice and dry. Today is going to be really simple. We're only working with the white paint today. So we're going to be using just the regular, it's called just regular white paint. And then we have our fan brush that we're going to be using. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of the white paint on here on a paper plate. I hope you guys have had a great day yesterday working on the other painting, and this one's just going to be joyful and relaxing. And like I said, oops, I'm sorry, I bumped it. I'm just going to have fun sharing, talking and sharing. I like to tell stories while we do this together. So all I'm going to do is dip it in, the paintbrush. And don't be afraid of using a paintbrush. Sometimes people don't think they have any artistic ability, but this one's actually a really easy. So all you do is you take the paintbrush and we're just going to drag it. See, across the tree, and we're just filling in the branches of the tree. And I love to work on these, and you can go back a little bit with it. Actually, let's put a little bit on the top. I told you yesterday, I grew up in New England, so we had Christmas trees all the time, and they were just so pretty, and I love to see the bright lights on them. And they're just really pretty. They bring joy. Don't we need a dose of joy? And I love that Christmas time celebrates Jesus, our Savior. And for me, he just means so much in my life. I met him personally when I was 16 years old. I grew up in the Catholic Church, and I loved God, but I didn't know the Lord like I do now. And I think there's a lot of people who go to different churches, and just because you go to church doesn't mean that you have a relationship with the Lord. And that's how it was for me. So I love the Catholic Church, and I still do. I love the majesty of it. But for me, I used to carry my rosary beads around in my pocket. And I always wanted to know, was God real? So one day, this lady came to my house, and there was just something different about her. And I didn't know what it was, but whatever it was, I wanted it. So she told me that Jesus died for my sins, that all I had to do was ask him into my heart. And I did, and it was just so simple. I just said this really simple prayer. I said, "Dear Jesus, I ask you to forgive me of my sins. I believe that you are the Son of God and you are Lord. I pray that you will make yourself real to me." And in that moment, he became so real that I literally jumped up out of my chair and started screaming, "He's real!" He just made himself so real. And in that moment, my life was just forever changed. Just forever changed. So I pray the same for you guys. It's not about church, what church you go to. It's about having a relationship with Jesus. And he loves you. He has a plan for your life. You are loved and special in his eyes. So I just want to encourage you, if you don't know the Lord, especially in these days that we live in, we all have to deal with so much fear and anxiety with COVID and all the uncertainties in the world. So give Jesus a try. I promise you won't regret it. So I decided the tree's got a little bit too much snow, so we're going to put some Christmas green in it. And I don't know if I'm going to like this, but the fun part about acrylic painting, if I don't like it, then I can just erase it. So we'll paint over it. So let's just see what this looks like. So we're just going to tap in just a little bit with the very same paintbrush. And let's just see. Yeah, I think that's going to look good. So we're just adding just a little more to the branches, and so we can just have a little bit of the green showing through. We're actually going to cover it over anyway with some pretty balls. But yeah, I think that looks good. So it's kind of nice because we had the black for the background, and now we're just putting a little more green back in the tree. But the fan brush just adds a lot of texture. I use it a lot when my paintings. So we got it now. That looks like a pretty little tree, don't you think? I like it. So today, we're gonna let this dry. The secret with acrylic painting is to let it dry between the layers. And you can see yesterday I had to touch up, you see the darker spaces. I had to go in and touch up where I had bumped it and made white spots. But tomorrow we're actually gonna be working on the funnest part. And that part is the Christmas balls. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm gonna do just a little more white on the bottom. And I just watered down the white paint. So I'm a woman, right? I get to change my mind. So I just want a little bit of snow on the bottom. See you guys how every little bit just adds more and more and more details to it. And it's kind of random. You know, the cool part is your picture won't look like mine, and if you do it with some friends, it won't look like theirs. And when I do it with the ladies, they're not gonna look like each other's. That's the fun part, because we're all individuals. See how that, you know, it kind of makes natural shadows with the snow. I just love this. It's so pretty. You guys, I really love spending this time with you. It just means a lot that you stop in and take a peek at my channel. I did put in the description box, there is a part 1 that I just got posted that we did yesterday. So you can go back and that one will take you to the beginning of the painting. And then I did put a description box that has all the paint and the canvas and the brushes. I get all my stuff on Amazon, most of them, just because it's so easy to order online these days. And I with COVID, I love being around people, but I'm trying to be wise. So I go out, and I do enjoy going out, but I kind of limit, you know, just right now till it calms down a little bit more. So there we go. Thank you so much for spending this time. And again, I'm always here to pray for you. If you need somebody to talk to, you can email me. It's angelcare6@yahoo.com. You can find me on Messenger. You can find me on dragonflycorners@etsy.com. And I love to pray with you, and I'll lift you up before the Lord. And if any of you ask Jesus into your heart, please let me know. It would mean so much. You be blessed, and you are loved and highly favored, and God has a plan for your life. Blessings.